Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were marginally weak as we had some weak economic data points in terms of factory sales. Also the 2-day Fed meet is going to start from today and the focus is going to be on what stance the Fed or Ben Bernanke takes on the tapering plan as well as the overall economic policy that they want to pursue. European markets were flat to marginally positive, no major data points to look at, and when we look at the Asian markets today morning, we are seeing some bounce back in the Nikkei, which has been going down for the past 2 or 3 days, and most of the other Asian markets are also marginally positive. CX Nifty is also suggesting that we are going to have a mildly positive start. It's suggesting uptick of almost about 11 to 12 points. In terms of flows, we continue to see negative flows by the FIs. There were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 224 crore. And in the domestic institutions too were sellers to the tune of about 100 odd crore, and in the index futures, FIs were net buyers to the tune of 24 crore. Our markets continue to languish, led by the banking and the mid-cap space, and today clearly the focus is going to be on the RBI policy meet, where the expectations are very low given the kind of steps that the RBI has taken to stabilize the rupee. The liquidity has been sucked out to the tune of 90,000 crore. And the short-term interest rates have spiked up. So obviously RBI would want to see the measures, the effect of the measures which it has already taken in the last about 10 days. So large number of participants in the market are not expecting any kind of liquidity easing or repo rate cut or CRR cut, at least for now. On that note, let me invite Sadhna to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Due to macro and micro events, markets are continue to trade very volatile with negative bias. But we have seen market participants are accumulated long positions at lower level. In yesterday's trade also we have seen around 1.59 lakh shares were added in open interest, and Nifty futures premium increased from 39 points to 45 levels. And put call ratio also is at 1. We have seen call option has added more number of shares than put option. It is clearly visible in the options activity. If we see 5,900, 6,000 and 6,200 call option has seen a good activity, whereas 5,800 and 5,700 put option has seen a good activity. And yesterday also we have seen markets are trading below 5,900, so next 5,800 would be the important level to watch for. As we are trading below our weekly VWAP of 6,000, so our overall bias for the market is negative. Our lower range would be 850 and higher range would be 6,000. And today's event, RBI's monetary policy, market may remain volatile and uncertain. From intraday perspective, one can go short on NHPC with a stop loss of 17.90. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, clearly the focus is going to be on the RBI policy meet today, where the expectations are extremely low given the kind of steps that the RBI has taken in the last about 10 days, which has resulted into the short-term interest rates or bond yields spiking up from 7.55 to almost about 8.14. What is important to watch is what kind of message are we going to get in terms of how long these steps will remain effective, and based on that the short-term interest rates and the entire banking and the rate sensitive space is going to react. So that is what the market is clearly going to be focusing on. The companies which will be announcing numbers: NTPC, we are looking at a net profit of 250 crore, Dr. Reddy's Lab about 440 crore net, Jindal Steel and Power 724 crore, Reliance Infra 438 crore, Petronet LNG net profit 269 crore, Havells India about 119 crore, and Ipca Labs we are looking at a net profit of about 104 crore. Supreme Court has issued notices to both the central government as well as Reliance on a public interest litigation which has been filed by one of the MPs, and it also is seeking the Supreme Court intervention on the appointment of the presiding arbitrator for a panel of arbitrators that looks into the Reliance right to recover its investment in the KG-D6 basin. So basically there is some legal issue which the government and the Reliance are facing. So there could be a short-term uncertainty and negative bias on the Reliance stock in particular. For Vedanta Aluminium, negative news as the most of the Gram Sabhas in the Niyamgiri district of Orissa have voted against the mine. So a bit of a negative for the Vedanta Aluminium. and Indian Hotels has not been able to fill up its independent director slot, and that is a violation of the listing agreement. So, a bit of a negative for Indian Hotels there. Oil firms are looking at increasing both the diesel and the petrol prices, as we have seen the crude prices really going up in the past about 2-3 weeks at about 107. Last time when they did the price hike, the crude was somewhere around about $100. Also, the rupee has remained quite weak at about 59, 60 odd levels. So, there is likely to be some more hike in the diesel and the petrol price. And IOC has signed an MOU with the Odisha Industries Infrastructure Corporation for development of natural gas infrastructure. City Union Bank is looking at raising about 350 crore from QIP route, and Hero Moto is looking at developing 3 new engines. It's finally set to have a power bike from its own engine, including a 100cc bike that they are looking at launching. Hero Motocorp has been doing pretty well. Their numbers have gone down well with the market, and there could be some more upside in the stock from current levels as well. Coming to the stock specific news, L&T has bagged a major international order of about 8,250 crore from the civil construction in Saudi Arabia. So, one can go long on L&T with a stop loss of 824 and a target of about 866 to 883. And Jet Airways, finally the FIPB has approved the Jet Etihad deal with some riders, and now the only hurdle remains that of the CCEA, where once they get the approval, the company will get 2,000 crore. So, we have seen this Jet stock price actually going up in the last about 2-3 days. There could be some more upside in today's market. So, one can go long on Jet with a stop loss of 403 and a target of about 423 to about 431. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session. See you tomorrow at the same time.